is good, horror horde? This is your boy Horror Gamer back with another video for you. And as you can tell by the title of this video, this is the second episode of Is It Worth the Hype? So, before I get into this, is it worth the hype? Just know that your boy Horror Gamer's Is It Worth the Hypes have spoilers in them all day, every day. So if you haven't seen this movie, go check it out. Come back. Let me know in the comment section what you think, whether you believe the movie's worth the hype or if it's a little bit overrated. So, with all that being said, anything beyond this point of the movie, anything beyond this point of the video is on you. So, as you can also tell by the title of this video, we're going to be tackling a doozer here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Hereditary. So, is Hereditary worth the hype that it gets? Does it have that seat on the hype train? Or is it overrated? Well, if anybody who's anybody knows your boy Horror Gamer, you absolutely 100% know that for me, this right here is overrated as shit. This movie, ugh. Okay, so where do I begin? First and foremost, they advertised this movie as being scarier than The Exorcist. That would be incorrect. As you can see, Jakey the Hard Cat wants to get up in on this. Is it worth the hype? But his big ass has to come over here. No. They advertised this movie as being scarier than The Exorcist, and it is by far not even fucking close to being as scary as The Exorcist, let alone scarier. Second off, it was a slow burn, but it was, in my opinion, it was almost too slow. Now, I've watched it recently with the Horror Horde on my Patreon, and you know what? Watching it with people is not as bad as watching it alone, okay? The first time I ever seen this movie was in theaters with Mrs. Horror Gamer, and it was bad. There was one part where I literally fell asleep. It was that bad. Now, I will say, the telephone pole scene, holy shit. That scene kind of took you back. I will say that. And the scene where she's crying, the lead character is crying, it really rips out your soul because, like, you can feel the pain. But other than that, as for being scarier than The Exorcist, hell to the no. This movie, in my opinion, can't even hold The Exorcist's jockstrap in this case. It was, like I said, the second time I watched it, it wasn't as bad. But as for the scary factor, this movie is not scary. This movie is not scary at all. If anything, there's parts of this movie where it's supposed to be scary that are quite comical. Like the scene at the end where she's crawling on the ceiling chasing her son, and he comes up into the attic, and she's trying to get in the attic. She's fucking bashing her head off. I'm like, bruh. Like, that is not scary to me. Now, her climbing on the ceiling, okay, that can be a little bit freaky, okay? But that has nothing compared to the fucking scene where Reagan in The Exorcist comes crawling down the steps backwards, spider walking down the steps. That ain't got shit on that, you know? And like I said, when she's banging her head on the attic door, that wasn't scary to me. That was funny, you know? And, like, I just don't see why people think this movie is so scary. It's not scary. Like, I think that Ari Aster, the guy who directed this movie, unfortunately, in my opinion, I believe he's a tad overrated. Because I'll tell you this, everybody's saying what kind of a masterpiece that this movie is. I will say his movie Midsommar was better than this. I enjoyed Midsommar a lot more than I enjoyed this. Now, the aspect was scary. If it was done correctly, it was scary. But like I said, I like slow burn movies. Look at The Shining. The Shining was a fucking slow burn, but it was good. This was a slow burn, and for me, it just didn't deliver at the end. I feel like you sat through this 2-hour and whatever movie, and if you're able to fall asleep like I did in the movie theater, okay, not even like at your house. I mean, I fell asleep at the movie theater where the surround sound is just boom, you know what I mean? And I was able to doze off during this movie. There's a problem. You can't get somebody enthralled in your movie while they're at the theater, yet you market it as being scarier than, in my opinion, the scariest movie of all time, and you just don't deliver. There's a problem. So, final verdict is Hereditary worth the hype that everybody gives it? Well, if you couldn't tell by this rant, absolutely not. This movie is damn overrated in my opinion. Like I said, if you want to watch it, if you want to waste 2 hours, you do what you got to do. I'm not going to give anything away. That's a decision that you're going to have to make. I made the decision, and in my opinion, the first time I watched it, that's 2 hours that I couldn't get back. But the second time I watched it, I had a little more fun with it because I had special people watching it with me, my horror horde. So, final verdict, it's definitely overrated. Watch at your own risk at this point. That's all your boy Horror Gamer can say about that. So, alright Horror Horde, with all that being said, I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. And don't forget, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button along with that ding-a-ling-ding-ding button. That way, every time your boy Horror Gamer throws up a brand new Is It Worth the Hype, you're always in the know. And also, after you hit that subscribe button, run on over to the Horror Gamer Patreon page and check out some of the cool perks you get for being a patron. I'm not one of them guys who are going to throw astronomical numbers at you. No, I have 2 tiers, very cheap. And just know that every penny that you throw into into our Patreon page comes right back to the channel for you guys, for awesome giveaways and stuff like that. So, alright Horror Horde, and don't forget, after you do that, head on over to the Z Network and see what kind of awesome videos we got going on over there. A bunch of us got together and created something for everybody. So, alright Horror Horde, with all that being said, I love you guys, thank you guys, and as always, this is your boy Horror Gamer saying, until next time, don't fear the darkness. Embrace it.